Okay, so hello everyone. We'll now discuss recursion. So let's define recursion first. So basically, recursion is a function that calls itself. No? And then we have two parts in implementing recursion. So you need to have the base case, and then you need to have the recursive case. So the base case, this is where the condition uh, that stops the function to call itself. So siya yung mag-i-stop. So basically, you need to implement base case for your function to stop calling itself. Kasi if not, infinite siya magko-call ng sarili niya. Which is, we don't like that, no? Since hindi na matatapos yung call. Then, the recursive case is the part, no, where the function calls itself. Ayan. So, let's create a code that shows yung uh, ano niya, uh, parts, no? So, dito lang sa text editor ko siya i-edit, no? So, include iostream. And then, let's using namespace std. And then, int main. So, kahit wala na itong mga to, we don't need to have this one. Okay. So, let's create a function. Kunyari. So, void. We don't, to simplify everything, void function lang. Then, I'll just call this one is my function. Ayan. And then, let's add a parameter. Kunyari, int n. No. So, when you call this function, it will accept n and then i-see out niya si n. No, si-see out niya yung value ni n. And then, we just want to decrease n until it reaches 0. No? So, pag see out mo ng n, uh, you need to check kung 0 na siya. If 0 na siya, then we stop. No? So, ito yung magiging base case natin. Pag equal to 0 na siya, and then we just call return. No? Basically, it will do nothing or it will automatically stop yung execution. Else, if n is not yet 0, then we call our function, then we pass n, pero minus 1 na. Ayan. So, nagdi-decrease siya every time na kinocall natin. So, this one, this will be your base case. Ayan. It will stop the recursion, and then this is a recursive case natin. So, every time you implement recursion, you need to have this base case now. So of course, depending on what function you're doing, you need to model or design yung base case ninyo. So this is a very simple example lang, kaya yan lang yung condition natin. So you can have compound condition, so on and so forth. So assuming n is always greater than 1, kasi pag negative, it will stop, So assuming n is always a positive number, so pag tinawag niyo yung my fun, and then n is equal to 5, so this will display 542.1 until it reaches 0 and it stop. No. Okay, so let's save this one, then compile natin, then run. So as you can see, ito siya. 542.1, then yeah, stop. So that's how recursion works, and that is yung two parts niya. Next, let's proceed with the types of call ng recursion. So na-mention natin earlier na meron tayong two parts. So next is meron tayong two kinds, Ayan. So meron tayong direct recursion versus indirect recursion. So, sa example natin nito, sa code na to, this is a direct recursion. Since the function itself, tinatawag niya yung sarili niya within the function definition natin or function body. So, direct recursion to. So, that's the definition of direct recursion. No? Function that directly calls itself. Pag indirect function, no? So, a function, let's name it, kunyari, a na lang, that calls another function, let's name it b, no? And that function, which is b, calls back the previous function, which is a. Ayan. So, to show this one, let's have a illustration, no? So, pag ang function call ninyo is pag direct, no? Direct function call. So, yung function ninyo sa loob ng code niya, no? They are part na itatawagin niya yung sarili niya directly. So, that's the direct function call. Pag indirect naman, so pag indirect, you have two function. So, function A, no, and then you have function B. Ayan. Then sa implementation yan, sa loob ni A, at some point, it will call function B. Then sa loob ni B, at some point, it will call back function A. No? So, kumbaga, A will call B, no? And then B will call A again. Then, ulit lang sila, no? Until you reach yung base case. Yeah. To demonstrate this one, we can modify our code here. Now, gawa na lang tayo ng new function natin. Tanggalin na naman natin to. So, gawa tayo ng void function A. Then, lagyan lang natin ng parameter din. Ayan. Then, gawa din tayo ng void function V. Function B. Then, may parameter lang din siya na N. So, gagawin lang natin is they will both do the same dito. Pero, ang tatawagin nila is the other one, no? So, cout natin N. And then, lagyan na lang natin ng from A, no? From function A. Para alam natin. And then, if N ulit equal to 0, mag-stop na siya. So, return na. And then, else, tawagin niya naman si function B. Which is, pasa niya si N minus 1. No? So, key B, just the same. Cout lang niya ulit si N, no? Tapos, from function B. And then, and L then. That's pretty much the same. If N equal 0, then return, and then, tatawagin niya ulit si function A. That's N minus 1 ulit. So, assuming again, N is always a positive integer, so that hindi tayo mag-stuck sa infinite loop, no? So, any of the two, you can call them. So, pag tinawag natin si function A muna, by my function A, then pasa natin yung 5 sa kanya. And then, let's run this one. So, we have an error, some part yan. So, sa function A, void function A, void function, may function A minus 1. Ito, may tayo na ilagay. So, compile and run natin ulit. Fun A, fun B, okay. A calls B, pero si B hindi pa na-create, no? So, kaya, hindi ma-recognize. So, pag nilagay naman natin ito sa taas, ayan, hindi rin ma-recognize to kasi si B calls function A but wala pa si function A, so it calls B. Ayan. So, ang gagawin natin is mag-prototype na lang tayo. So, lipat natin to sa baba. And then, let's have a function prototype. So, this is A, this is B. Then, makikita natin, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, from A, from B, from A, from B, from A. And then, it stops sa B. No. Okay. Ayan. So, nakita nyo, we use function prototype kasi pag nag-compile yung program, it reads from top to bottom, sa taas, papuntang baba. Eh, kunyari, si B yung nasa taas mo, tawagin niya si A. Kung si A hindi pa na-code sa taas, so, hindi niya malalaman kung sino si A. And vice versa. Pag kinol mo si A, function A kinol si B, kung hindi pa na-code si B sa taas, hindi niya malalaman na adon si A or B. So, by having this one, yung function prototype, ang sinasabi sa compiler na pag nabasa to ng compiler, meron ako function sa baba na A ang pangalan. Meron ako function sa baba na B pangalan. And then, after all, tsaka niya ulit babasahin to. So, na-skip natin yung part na chinecheck niya na nasan si A and then nasan si B. Or vice versa, no? Kasi top-down lagi magbasa pag nagko-compile. Okay. So, I think that's it. Yun yung concept ng direct tsaka indirect, no? And then, the recursion itself. So, let's have another, sa next video, I'll be discussing yung type naman ng recursion, no? Type of recursion. So, okay. Thank you for watching, guys.